Entrepreneurs TV, Mel Hurst here, excited for another great episode. We have Mike Williams here today with myinvisibleaffiliate.com. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, brother. I can't complain. I'm trying to make it happen. As you can see, I'm in my bedroom. I probably should have been in the office, but the wife's an educator. So she's actually doing a teleclass right now. So she's teaching students. So you didn't want to interrupt that, right? The education of our students. So I just ran upstairs real quick and put everything together. And I'm here ready to rock and roll. That's the beauty of working from home and on your own. Just make it happen.
Absolutely. So, Mike, can you tell us exactly what is My Invisible Affiliate and what is the affiliate industry?
All right, cool. Affiliate marketing is very simple. You sell other people's products, right? Maybe they have a book, maybe they have a healthcare product, maybe they have a digital training course, and they're looking for people like you and I to simply advertise and market for them, okay? And we earn a percentage. That percentage could be 20, 50, sometimes 100% commission, depending on the product. And yeah, I don't have to do any customer service. I don't have maintenance anything. I just simply have to advertise and market and get paid and do what I do best.
And how does somebody first of all, how did you find out about this industry?
Nice. So I want to say 12 years ago, I was a network marketer, right? I think most of us have had their hands on some sort of network marketing opportunity. And actually in 2008, even before that, I was an entrepreneur in 2003, 2004 out of college, being a network marketer. By 2008, I didn't have anybody else to speak to. So I ran to the internet to figure out how to build my business online, okay? So as I'm learning about all these online, like Google advertising, blogging, making videos, I'm learning all this stuff in 2008. And one thing led to the other, and I went to a site called ClickBank. I ended up on a site called clickbank.com. And clickbank.com is a website that pretty much connects all these entrepreneurs and finds them affiliates to market their products. So I got into the ClickBank space. I found some cool products that I thought I could market and advertise, and I did. And I was terrible at it. I wasn't making any money for a while, but I understood the concept. I was like, yeah, I can make money on somebody's efforts. And at the same time, I didn't have to recruit anybody. I didn't have to worry about, creating anything. So I just kept digging at it. And eventually, I learned how to do Google advertisements, Facebook advertisements, and I got well at marketing. I started to understand what marketing was and how to attract the right audiences and stuff. And here I am 12 years later, still doing affiliate marketing. You might be on mute, brother.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So what does day-to-day operations look like right now, especially with the COVID challenge? Are you full-time, or you still have other businesses or other jobs you have to work during this time?
Okay, so the internet went out a little bit, but I think the question was, how is everything going with the business during COVID? All right, honestly, I thank the Most High. My industry hasn't been touched. My income hasn't been touched, and it actually increased over the last couple of weeks because people they're home. Yeah. So my advertisements on social media are seeing more people on a daily basis. A lot of the big time marketers, like your Geico's and all your Fortune 500 companies, are no longer, they're pulling their marketing budget. So little guys like me can spend more money, right, on Facebook advertising and attract more people who want different type of health products, at this time. They want workout products at this time. They want how to make money products at this time. So who do they go to? They go to affiliate marketers to be able. They don't know they're going to affiliate marketers. They just see our advertisements. So this industry, I'm blessed. For those who know how to do it and do it well, nothing changed much with the whole, other than being able to go outside. Nothing really changed with the industry. And I must say, thanks to the Most High, just keeping me focused and learning and growing and being consistent. And when things were bad in my own life, 10 years ago, where I didn't have the money to, invest into the business, right? When I didn't have the skill set, we didn't have the space, we didn't have anything. It was just a grind, a hustle, you know what I mean? So now that, those days have passed, and I'm very, very lucky that a time like this has hit, and I could say, hey, I still control my own dollars that's coming through my household, So very, very blessed. And it doesn't matter what you do, whatever industry you're in, as long as you focus on your craft, your art, you'll always be okay. You'll learn how to pivot during times like these and simply go in a different direction and just make it happen. So
absolutely. So Real Entrepreneurs TV, we're a no excuse zone, right? So tell us a little bit more about that 10 years ago. What is that first day of that 10-year journey? What did that look like?
At that time, I was working 3 jobs. I was a group home manager at one group home. I was a part-time healthcare coordinator at another group home.
Wow.
And then my third job, I would say, was affiliate marketing. Because although I was working so hard, I wasn't doing, wasn't bringing in the money I needed at the time. But I just kept pressing through. I knew I had bills to pay because I was a little older, mid-30s, 3 kids, wife. You got bills, you got mouths to feed. It's like, do I invest in my business or do I feed my kids? It's like, no, you got to figure out, hey, how can I feed them and still be able to invest a little bit into my business? Because this right here is going to feed them for the long term, right? If I focus on feeding them just today, I'm going to be doing this forever. So you just have to simply make some sacrifices. You got to sell a car, right? You have to not buy certain things, right? Things that might be interesting to you. You want to buy some clothes. No, we're not doing that. We're not buying clothes. Bills, what bills that we don't need? We don't need cable. Now, we don't really need cable. You know what I mean? With the internet, the kids got access to all the cartoons and stuff like that for free. All we need is this internet. That's what we need to be connected. So how can we minimize on things that we need in the house? And one thing that I wish I would have done 10 years ago that I would tell any entrepreneur to do today: get a roommate, right? Get a roommate. It should be several of you living together right now. Yeah, it's gonna be, it might be a pain in the butt at times, but the amount of money you, your cousin, your aunt can save on rent, they're independently paying $1,200 to $2,000 a month in rent, when you could be living under one roof, paying one rent and saving all that money that you would have been paying independently. That's a whole nother topic. But, you know what I mean? The point is, you got to make adjustments. Financial adjustments got to be made. They suck. It's hard. It could be embarrassing at times, but you got to do what you got to do because you got to think the long term. You know what I mean? My kids ain't going to be 2 forever. One day they're going to be 18 and I'm going to need to teach them how to survive, right? And the only way I'm going to be able to teach them how to survive is if I survive and then thrive. That's the only way I'm going to be able to get them that information and leave that. But during the tough times, you just got to keep pressing forward, making the necessary changes, just simple little pivots, saving in some areas, stop going to Starbucks every morning on your way to work. You know what I mean? Put $5, $10 less in the gas tank and save up those little bit of pieces of money that you can put into your business. I mean, over time, they add up. And it was those little things that helped me because as a group home manager, I didn't make much money anyway. So trying to take care of a family and trying to start a business with that little bit of income, you got to make some changes. You got to make some sacrifices. It's necessary.
Yeah. And what skill sets did you take from the group home that you were able to implement into your business?
Oh, that's interesting. So when I was running a group home, I started to really learn a lot about people and how different people really are, but fundamentally have the same desires, right? We might operate differently, but we all want more options out of life, right? If there's one thing I learned working in a group home is everybody wanted a way out. Everybody wanted to do something different. Everybody wanted slightly more options. Everybody wanted a little bit more money, right? So it's like, how do you do that? You got to step outside the box. The group home obviously is not doing it. So, I used to be the preacher at work all the time because I preach to people, listen, if you want this, right, you're going to have to do this, right? you're gonna have to stop doing this. You're gonna have to invest into this, right? Into knowledge and getting information that's gonna get you out of your situations. So just leading people in the group home was important. Being able to sit down and fundamentally just simply talk to them and understand that everybody, although we might have similar desires, they still have to be talked to differently, okay? So when you go into the marketing space, I may have one product, I may have six different different type of people that might be interested in that product, but I got to talk to them all differently. And my marketing has to display how I'm talking to them individually, if that makes sense. So, being at the group home, just simply learning that, people, we ultimately want the same desires, but we all learn differently. And it's the same thing in marketing. Everybody receives that message differently. So you got to make sure you get that good where you can talk to everybody into, buying your product, program, and service.
That's good. Hey, Mike, you think that entrepreneurs are born or made?
Whew. I think that, the ideal of an entrepreneur is great. But definitely made, because you got to go through the process. You got to be willing to go through the process. You could be someone who has a will to win, and you might not know what entrepreneurship is. But if I explain to you, this is what an entrepreneur is, and this is what the outcome could be, because you have that will and that desire to win, you're gonna do what it takes to get to the end goal of the entrepreneurship. So yeah, I believe that entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs can be made, and I believe that a lot of people just don't know exactly what it is. Hey, I own a business, but what does that entail, really owning a business, right? A lot of people own businesses, but nobody know about them, right? So I believe that they definitely can be made. It just, takes some information, some skills, that's a little bit of experience, and they'll get to where they need to be. They just got to go through that process. Everybody got to go through it.
And what's so, hey, right now we're speaking to the aspiring affiliate marketer right now, or we're speaking to that current affiliate marketer right now that's trying to get to that next level. They sold 10 products, or they sold 0 products. So if you can be the Mike that you are now and put your hand on the shoulder of the Mike 10 years ago, what's some advice you would give them to kind of cut that learning curve for 10 years later?
Nice. The main thing is mentorship.
Okay.
You definitely have to find someone that you believe that you can connect with and be mentored by. You can get all the information on YouTube University. You can search affiliate marketing, you can get 1,001 videos, but unless you actually have mentorship as far as a person one-on-one, or a group that's dedicated, an active group that's dedicated to the craft, that's going to constantly help each other and answer each other's questions. You got to be surrounded by that every single day. I actually have a couple of personal groups that I'm a part of, a couple of chat groups that I'm a part of, and each one of those chat groups has individuals that make anywhere from 6 to 7 to 8 figures a year in the affiliate marketing space. So this is what I wake up to, those type of conversations. And we talk about marketing, we talk about products, we just talk about the craft every single day. So mentorship, or if you can't afford one-on-one mentorship, you definitely need to be in some sort of group that's going to be, keeping you in the game every single day, giving you that energy that you need to stay focused. Because when I first got started, I spent a lot of money, a lot of unnecessary money. And what a lot of people do, they get in this industry and they think they need 15 different courses. You need one, right? And you need to do what that one course tells you to do. And you need to execute until you get a result, right? And then you start thinking about scaling up, right? And using your money that you're making from the business to do what? Reinvest into some more education at a different level. And I think that if I would have just stuck to the basics from day one and stopped looking at, they call it the shiny ball syndrome. If I would have stuck at the basics from day one, right, I would have been in a totally different position, 3 years from when I started, as opposed to, 10. So that's what it is. Get something, stick to it, ask questions, ask a ton of questions, and just keep practicing. Practice makes perfect in this industry. You know, every program's not perfect. Every person doesn't know how to, you know, pretty much teach right that well. You know what I mean? They know how to do it, but they don't know how to teach it that well. And, you know, and those are just some of the hurdles that you'll go through, you know, throughout the years, just trying to figure out where you fit in best as far as your community to learn and grow. But that's the one thing I would do differently. Stick to the basics from day one, set that solid foundation, really understand affiliate marketing, really understand how to find products that will make you money. You can't just promote any and everything, right? You got to promote those products that meet certain parameters for you to be able to be successful.
Yeah, I think that's amazing advice. So tell us a little bit about what your support system looked like during the 3-job era versus to where you are now. Did you have cheerleaders rallying behind you, or was it just a solo road and everybody looking at you like you're crazy? What did that look like?
I wish I had some cheerleaders, man. You know what's funny? In those days, my wife used to think I was crazy. She was like, yo, this doesn't make any sense. And, you know, and in the beginning, you know, she backs my ideas. Like, all right, great, that's awesome. You. As long as, you know, the bills are paid and food is on the table, we straight. But there was different parts in my process where I'd spend this money and not tell my wife. And when a moment came where she needed the money and she looked into the account like, what the hell happened to the money? And I'm like, you know what I mean? As a man, you're just like, damn, you know, and now you got to explain that. And it sucks, you know what I mean? It sucks bad. Yeah. And, you know, to the point where you're seeing her getting crushed and hurt, like, yo, why are you doing this to the family? Meanwhile, I got this big vision, right? This big dream, and it ain't rewarding us, right? So from the outside looking, right? From the outside looking in, it's like, yo, this ain't working. But meanwhile, as somebody who is trying to be a successful entrepreneur, all you got is your belief sometimes. All you got is your faith in what you're doing, because even the people closest to you won't quite understand what you're doing, you know what I mean, or why you're doing it. And just going through those periods where it's funny today, my wife has her own fan page and she's all into internet marketing. And just 10 years ago, she was like, you need to quit this and go back to the bank. Cause I used to work at the bank too for a little bit. She'd go back to the bank, get your banking job back. You don't have to do this anymore. And now she's all in, right? She's all for it. She's my #1 fan, and, you know, and back then, but it's like, yo, you know, there's going to be those moments in your business where you are going to be your #1 fan. Nobody's quite going to understand you. You know, even the person that made vows to you, they won't quite understand. And you just got to keep going and getting it done. And for men, the biggest start bringing in some results, okay? Get smarter, get sharper, right? You know, start bringing in the results. Even the consistent results will change the whole perspective of your significant other if you just simply dig in and focus day and night to focus, get those results, and I'm telling you, everything will change. But hey, you got to be your #1 cheerleader, because if you don't do it, nobody else gonna do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great advice, and I'm glad you shared that part of the story where you said you had to take money out the account because you knew what you were doing with it. But then the shame that comes with it when they find out because it didn't get put back quick enough. Because you knew it was gonna come back, but not quite quick enough. So for that same in the industry, the person that's trying to get to that next level, but they don't have that support system at all, or the support system is toxic, because we have people that, you know, when they open their mouths and say their dreams, they just got people clawing at the dream and ripping them down, right? So what's your advice and suggestion when people bring these type of concerns to you, when they have this dream in their head? They also have a tactical plan. They've already been coached. They join the Facebook groups and they have a support community, but they still got to go home, or they still have to go back to their relationship, or back to that dorm room with their roommate. What's your advice to them when they're struggling with that support to get to that next level?
You know what? You believe in everyone, depend on no one. Expect the best, but be mentally prepared for the worst, right? And I tell my students all the time, I said, listen, love your family, pick your peer group, right? Understand that when you go home, you might not, these are not the individuals you're gonna have these conversations with, okay? So find one or two people that you might not be, who might not be like mentors, but they're on the same mission, okay? You guys are kind of in the same space, in the same place. Find someone, one or two that you can talk to every single day, whether it's just for 5-10 minutes, it's a little chat, and simply help, you know, that's when you're up late at night, you got those ideas you want to express and share, those are the people you're sharing with, okay? If the people around you have already showed you who they are and that they don't believe in this, and they probably will never believe in this until you are successful, then they believe in it, and they want you to teach them everything, right? But no. 10 years ago, when I was trying to put you on, right, it was different. So find your small little group, a small little chat, man. Pull out a couple of people that you can share those ideas with, and if you can't, start journaling. Get yourself a nice journal. Journal out your ideals. Journal out your thoughts. Just because sometimes you just want to talk to somebody, right? And if you ain't talking to God, or talk in your journal, write all the notes out, write them out. Because I promise you, I got journals all in box downstairs in the basement, ideas. If I went down in that box right now, and I might just do that after this live stream, pull out a journal. I'm pretty sure I got $1 million idea there somewhere. But journal it out, talk to God, talk to yourself, and just understand, people, they don't dislike you. They don't necessarily dislike your ideal, they just don't understand. And you're not in a position to teach them how to understand because you don't reflect what you're talking about yet, right? You don't reflect the money that you're talking about, right? You don't reflect the lifestyle that you're talking about yet. They know who you are from yesterday when you were borrowing money from them. They know who you are 2 years ago when you was locked up. They know who you are then. They don't know this new person with this new philosophy, right? And you can't force them to accept that. You just have to be the change that you want to be every single day. Just simply walk in it, practice, do what you need to do. Eventually people will recognize and they'll start respecting. That ain't the same Mike that I grew up with. That ain't the same Mike that I went to college with. I can't even approach him the same because now he has boundaries. He has standards, right? And he ain't backtracked not once. He said he had this ideal, he followed through. The moment you start following through, that's where everything around you will start to change. The conversations around you will start to change. The people you attract will start to change. Just simply follow through with your ideals. Believe in yourself. And I'm telling you, that is the dynamics of change. And that's what you got. I don't even know if I answered your question, bro. I'm just going right now.
You back in the group home preaching.
For real.
Now you did answer the question, but Mike, how do we vet that peer group? Because just as powerful and exponential, as much exponential growth you can get out of having a correct peer group, you can also lose that much time spending the time with the wrong people, even though y'all share the same interests. So how do you vet those 1 or 2 people? How do you vet that Facebook group to make sure that you are investing that time to get a more fruitful experience for those next 10 years? Is there a checklist in your mind, or is it just intuitive on how you vet those type of people?
All right, as far as looking for, I always look for, when I see now, I'm going to talk about today because we're in today right now.
Okay.
And if I go online, and what I'll do is, my Facebook group, literally, I got 2 now. One that's simply family and friends, and my conversations and things that I post are geared to things that they like. All right. My newest Facebook profile, it's all network marketers, affiliate marketers, online marketers, YouTubers, people who are in this space. And what I do is, I actually go through my timeline. I'll watch live streams. And the people I see who are the most consistent, those are the type of individuals I would connect with and say, hey, I see you're super consistent. I've been watching your videos for like a week or 2 weeks, and you're like nonstop. I love what you're saying. It seems like you are on your way up, or you're already there. But what I would like to do is just, you know, connect with you on a personal basis. Maybe we can have this what do I call it, mastermind chat. So maybe we can hook together this mastermind chat. I got you in mind. I got 2 other people in mind, and we just mastermind about helping each other build our business. And I'm gonna tell you, that concept, right, that philosophy right there, created what's called the Marketer's Cipher. Okay. Actually tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's either Monday or Tuesday night, 7 p.m. I do them on my fan page. And the Marketer's Cipher is literally a network of entrepreneurs. We all get on the platform and we stream. And we stream the other entrepreneurs. They come in with questions, you know, just to connect. But just by starting that simple chat, I found my tribe, right? And you got to be on the hunt for your tribe. You know, who can I talk to about this stuff every single day? Who's on the rise like I am, right? Who wants to go where I'm trying to go? And that's one of the best ways to do it. You just, you know, and the internet makes it easy now. We can find those people just like that, you know, and just, you know, connect, follow for a little bit, shoot them a message. And eventually, I mean, some of my best friends today, I met on the internet, right? Wow. My best friend, Nate O'Brien, lives in California. My best friend, another friend lives in San Diego. Right, another lives in Florida, another lives in New Jersey. I met them on the internet because we all had the same goals as far as building affiliate marketing businesses, and we talk to each other every day. And those conversations are never about the news. Those conversations are never about what's not working and what we can't do. It's all about goals. It's all about visions. It's all about testing, right, and things of that nature. But that's one of the easiest ways to help you find that tribe. Just start following people who have some level of consistency, and just connect with them and say, are you interested in doing a mastermind chat? And let's connect that way.
Yeah, that's great. So, Mike, when the last time you looked at your situation in your business and kind of stepped back and said, man, this might not work? We have those roller coaster moments as well. So when was the last time you took a step back and thought that that bank or that group home might have to get an application?
And let me tell you something. I don't think I ever changed the goal. I changed the direction that I was going, right? The goal has always remained the same. I will be at the top of my craft in affiliate marketing. How will I get there? Will I get there with social media? Will I get there with paid advertising? Will I get there with email marketing? So throughout the years, the path changed, but the goal never changed, right? And yeah, I've gone back to work, I think twice, right? And not because I think that it wasn't gonna work. I went back to work because I just knew I needed to continue to pay my bills, and I needed to also make a little bit more money to invest into my business. Whatever the case may be. And I always look at a job as a tool. The job is simply the tool. It don't define who I am. It's just a tool for me to get some money to help me make this dream a reality. That's all it is. And if you got to work, it is what it is. I'm all about multiple streams of income. And if a job is one of them, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Just don't take your eye off the prize. Don't change the goal. Just simply change the way in which you can get to the goal. Because there's many ways to get there. You just gotta work it all out. You know what I mean? So I don't think I've ever had that moment that said it ain't gonna work. It was just those moments like, all right, maybe I need to switch it up a little bit. Maybe I need to change it up a little bit. Maybe I can't afford to do it this way like I wanted it to. I'm not quite ready to do this yet. So what can I focus on? All right, this is what I gotta do, right? So you just gotta work it out in your head, and you just gotta keep moving forward, man. Don't ever change that goal. Just simply change the way in which you might have to get there.
That's excellent advice, because I know a lot of times the full-time entrepreneurs might try to shame people that still work their jobs. Maybe they shame them to the point to where you're not all in. That's why you're not successful, or you got one foot in, one foot out. And that's really not true, because everybody's path is totally different. So we want to make sure that you know, our audience understands that we support you no matter how you get it done. But exactly what you said, staying true to the mission and being consistent, being true to your craft, and being genuine, and you'll get to where you are, to where you want to be, right? So you spot on. That is exactly what I want to do, to illustrate to everybody that use that job as a tool. That's your investor right now, or that is, you know, what you can learn from the systems. Yeah, go listen to the Harris Robinson episode. He worked for Walmart and ADT, and he replicated the systems, the logistics systems that he saw how Walmart and ADT ran their businesses, and drag and dropped it into his real estate business. So leverage the money that these corporations spend on R&D, research and development, leverage their mistakes, you know, so that job is not those shackles that the internet will make you think it is. It's a resource at the end of the day. So I think that's phenomenal, man. So talk about work life.
I'll take it one step. I said, I'll take it one step further. You know, when I was at the group home, they paid for my degree. You thought I wasn't gonna go get a free degree? Absolutely. People are going to college. College don't teach us anything. Listen, go get that paper. It's okay to have it, and especially if you got a job that's willing to pay for it. I took like a class or two a semester. It was hard, but hey, you know what? I did it, and again, I got it for free. Why not? It's all information. It's all knowledge. It's all connections. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know, use it to your advantage, man. Everything's a tool. Everything's a tool to help you get to that vision. But I'll cut you off, brother. What was your next question?
Nah, it's fine, man. You got me. You got me reeled in. But I want to know about work-life balance right now. So how many kids you have, and how does this affiliate empire fit into the household and not everything fall apart? Because you can't segment it like people think. They're not, right. Especially when you work from home.
And I think I've learned that more now, being that the kids are home all day, with the schools being closed. And it's not like the summer. Your summer, you already got an agenda, you planned. You know, you probably put some campaigns on autopilot or whatever, and you're gonna have your summer with your kids. That's planned. It's been planned all year. But now it ain't planned, and all of a sudden, you know, business has to continue as usual, right? Yeah. But then the kids, they got so much energy. They need so much of your time.
What's your age mix?
We got 4, 6, and then 15, right? So the 15-year-old, he in his room, he just doing his thing on his video game. But the 4 and 6, they want so much attention. And, you know, you find yourself throughout the day explaining, you know, to my daughter and especially my daughter. My daughter, she is, Daddy, what's up? You ready to play? You ready to play? You ready to play? And, you know, I'm telling you, the only cure for it really, and the only real cure is you got to get up early. You got to get up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. You got to beat them to breakfast, okay? Because when they're up, they're up. And then throughout the day, maybe you got some appointments, you got some things to handle. I find it that you just got to explain, right? I'll be like, baby girl, when daddy's door's closed, that means I'm handling business. I'm at work, right? I'm at work. And when I finish work around this time, I'll be out. But you know, she bored. She don't know time yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. My 6-year-old no time, but my 4-year-old don't know time. So she gonna come back every 10, 15 minutes. And you just gotta work through it, man. It's just, but it's a gift and a curse, but it's a lesson. And you just gotta work through it. And I'm lucky enough that I have a partner, a good partner, to help me out, and you get to help her out. And you know, we got an additional bonus in the household. My mother-in-law lives with us also. So she's like, she helps out a lot. And whenever I need to call my oldest son to help out, you know, he comes through and helps out. So, but yeah, it's no set schedule, you know, you just got to work through it. You got to write down the top 3 to 5 things you must do, right? The ones that you can do early, get up and do them early. The ones that you got to do throughout the day, because that's just time. Yeah. Just get them done. But you know, you're gonna find yourself explaining to your 4 and 6-year-old 5, 6 times a day about why daddy needs to do X, Y, and Z. But hey, it's a part of the process too. You know what I mean? They get to see, hey, you know, daddy's been working in that office. That's where he works. You know what I mean? How can I work in the office? Like, you know, they start asking questions like that. You know what I mean? So it makes them curious about entrepreneurship. It makes them curious about making their own money. because they've been seeing it their whole life. You know what I mean? My wife being an educator, she goes to the school and she's home when they're home because they're on the same time. You know, so we're all together a lot. But it's just the dynamics of how my situation is. Everybody's is different, and you just gotta work it out. You know what I mean? The goal is everything, right? The goal is going to take care of the little ones. The goal is going to take care of the wife. The goal is everything. So at some point, you gotta explain. If your kid can write, if he can spell a word, if she or she can write a letter, start explaining to them, you know, what entrepreneurship is and how it's important to have goals and chase those dreams and goals and stuff like that. So that's it. You know, it just works, to be honest. You know what I mean? If you want something bad enough, you'll figure out how to make it work.
Yeah. What's your why, Mike? So everybody, so Rob Simon Sinek, one of my favorite books, Why, and you know, everybody has that automatic clock on the inside. They're driven to drive through those walls and climb over those obstacles because they got that extra thing on the inside driving them. So what's your why?
You know what? And when I first got started, it was options. A brother just wanted more options. Right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to be able to go, buy what I wanted to do. I just simply wanted more options. As you get a little older, you get a little bit more experience. It turned into a whole legacy conversation. You know, how much better can I get to be able to teach and educate my kids to make good decisions, right? I didn't always make good decisions. I wasn't always the best role model. And, you know, at some point when you got kids, you know, the why changes and it becomes them. And so I say the word legacy. My legacy allows me to get up every single day to do what I need to do. So my kids can get the information that they need, not just have a great lifestyle, because the lifestyle can, you know, that can change in a day or two, right? Anything can happen, right? And then all of a sudden, what if they shut off the internet for some random reason? You know, dad's business model is done. But if I can instill in them the knowledge, the information, the definitions of assets, liabilities, entrepreneurship, real estate, right? If I can instill the definitions of what those things are, I think that they can create lives for themselves with or without, you know? So I gotta be that example by getting up every single day, working on my legacy so I can have something to transfer to those kids so they can go out there and create what they wanna create.
Yeah, absolutely. What's some of the misunderstandings of the affiliate marketing space? So to my knowledge, I only see what pops into these YouTube commercials when I'm watching something about business. That's all I know. So yep. I know the two Ferraris together. I know the stacks of money. And so what's the real reality of day-to-day life of affiliate marketer, and not a marketer trying to market affiliate marketing?
I love it. Oh, I love that. I love that. And you know what? I think people get hype off those videos. And I think I signed up for a few products because of those videos. And what people don't realize is that it's a business, right? You might not own these products, but you got to push products in order for you to make money, right? So how are you going to push products, right? What marketing platforms you're going to use? How much? What's my daily budget? You know what I mean? You might see somebody who generates, 1,000 leads a day. The question is, well, how much did he spend to generate 1,000 leads a day? Right? That could be $200-$300 depending on the platform. And everybody's like, oh, I don't have $200-$300, right? And the reality is, it is a business. You got assets, you got liabilities. The assets are the products that you're selling. The liabilities is what your traffic. The liabilities are the websites that you might have to create, right? The email follow-ups that you got to write, right? All these different things that you got to put together for a sales funnel to work, right? It's not just signing up for a training course. It's implementing what they're teaching you in the training course, right? It's work. You know what I mean? I got a campaign running right now. We're doing about, it's in the health and wellness niche. We're doing about, I want to say that we're spending about $150, $200 a day, but on average, it's starting to convert to like $500 to $800 plus in sales, right? But if I just show you, hey, these are the sales that I'm making, right? You don't know about all the stuff on the inside, right? So you know what I mean? So the nice videos and all that, that's just to get you in. Once you're in, there's work to do. Believe that. You know what I mean? And you know, nobody should ever expect to make $1,000 a day, you know, just because they purchased the course, right? It's a business. You are starting an affiliate marketing business. And if you wanted to make full-time business income, you got to operate like a business. I tell people, like I say, hey, if you opened a hair salon, you know, you already know, it's in your head that it's going, you got the building, you got the chairs, you got the products. You already know I'm going in this thing $5,000, $10,000 to open up my hair salon. Same philosophy you need to go into affiliate marketing if you're looking to build a really successful business. But at the same time, it's such a unique industry that $1,000 can turn into $10,000, right? If done right, you know what I mean? So it's all about, you got to learn marketing. You got to learn how to pick the right products. You got to build your own list. And I think the cool thing about this is as the process is going on, you know, as the process is going on, you're building a list of people who are interested in a specific topic. So for example, I just mentioned I started a whole new niche in the health and marketing niche, right? The health niche, selling products in the health niche. So I generated 1,000 leads, but these are 1,000 people who said they're interested in weight loss products, right? I don't have to sell them just one product. You might not like the product I shared with you, but now I have the data. The thousand emails is mine. So at any given day, I can send an email for free, right? To my 1,000 people. Hey, this is the new product I have. Check it out. A couple might buy. If a couple buy, that could be what? $25, maybe even $300, depending on the product, right? So what they
you already paid for it. So the ROI, the percentage is that much crazier.
You go. So I teach my students, I say, listen, it's about long-term. It's about building your database. When you have a database of 10, 50, 60,000 subscribers, at any given day, you can send out an email with a product and somebody will buy it, right? Yeah. But in the beginning, you don't see that vision. And you know, obviously, nobody's going to tell you that vision in their marketing material because it would confuse the hell out of you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to get this. So that's what marketing is about. Marketing is about getting you in the funnel. Once you're in the funnel, I get to teach you while you're in the funnel. I get to send you an email a day that's teaching you a concept. That's I'm connecting with you, I'm building with you, right? And then you start to trust and say, you know what, I'm gonna buy a product from this person, right? And the same thing for any niche that you go into, same process. Attract, follow up, eventually they will close. But as long as you're building your own database every single day, every day like clockwork, I don't ever turn off my ads because it's all about building up my database. Even if I might not have a product to sell, I might be just giving away 5 tips on how to lose XYZ pounds, you know, eating whatever, right? I just have 5 tips, 5 free videos. I'm still gonna give away all that value for free because when I find a hot product to sell, I'm gonna send it out to that list and it's done. My work has been done for the week, maybe even the day, maybe even the week. Depends on the product, you know.
Good.
That's in as layman's terms, that's what it is right there.
So for the high school senior, the college freshman, the college senior, the person that's interested in affiliate marketing, how do I grind and work hard? What is putting in work as an affiliate marketer look like on day to day? So for your students, that's even blowing your mind with putting in work, what does that look like? If I want to outwork the competition, how do I do that?
That's research. You know, when I first got started in affiliate marketing, I thought marketing was as simple as, you know, putting up a picture, writing a few lines, and, you know, turning on the advertising campaign. I had to pick up some books on copywriting, right? I had to learn how to be a better writer to connect with my audience. I had to learn how to connect with my audience fast. I had to learn that every image isn't created equal. I had to learn the rules and regulations to every marketing platform that I used because everyone is different. And so when you talk about grinding as affiliate marketer, I don't believe that there's really a grind. It's just you researching your product that you want to sell, researching the market, and creating a product, creating a market that's going to continue to buy from you, right? That grind is simply research every single day. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my Facebook advertising campaign, and I'm looking at my analytics. I'm looking at my numbers. I'm looking at which image is getting more clicks, right? I'm looking at which copy is getting me more leads. I'm looking at which one led to a sale, right? And I'm gonna say, well, how can I put all this together and make the best content that I can make, and then remarket it again? So, you know, the grind is just research, simple research, building out capture pages and things of that nature. But, you know, you ain't out there, you know, picking up bricks, and you aren't, you know, talking to 1,000 people a day. You know, you're on your computer just trying to understand the numbers. Once you know your numbers, you'll start to build specific audiences for different products, and then the work is done at that point, you know. And then after a while, you'll start to connect with the networks and say, like, yeah, the other day I sent, you know, a product that I'm selling now, I sent them a message. I said, listen, I've sent this amount of traffic, we've generated this amount of leads, we've made XYZ sales, I'm gonna need a commission bump, right? I'm sending you a lot of traffic. We're gonna need to bump this commission up just a little bit more, because what I'm doing is working for you. You know what I mean? Because those companies gonna make a lot of money off of what you send. They're gonna pay you well too. But at the same time, hey, let's do some negotiating.
It's a business.
You know what I mean? It's a business. Don't undervalue what you're doing. You're making them millions of money, because not only do you have the database, you're giving them the database too, right? You're sending them all these customers, right? All these leads, you know? So they're making thousands of millions of dollars. Yeah, we're gonna talk, negotiate. You know, how many people can you reach out? How many companies can you reach out a day? Well, it doesn't have to be a bunch, because depending on how many campaigns you're running every day. But that's what the grind is: research, simple, knowing the numbers. People think that it's just, you know, 1, 2, 3. You got to know your numbers. You got to know exactly what you're doing. Anything, stock market, real estate, you got to know your numbers, right? You want to make good deals, got to know what the hell you're talking about. So yeah, that's where we begin. But you know, for the newbie, it can be super simple, because when you find a product, you got to make sure that that product caters to the affiliates. And what does that mean? They've already spent millions of dollars on their campaigns, and they found out who their demographics are. They find out what headlines work best. They've created emails for you already, right? So they got all this stuff for you to be a successful affiliate. You know what I mean? So when you go and market their product, you say, well, hey, I know this product already works with women over 40, right? I already know that this product has been working well in these 5 countries, okay? So you can start good campaigns just from the data that they give you, because you know that they've already spent millions of their own money. They're just not some product that decided to put itself together, you know, get into the networks, because you can get into the networks for free, and then they have no data to help the affiliates. They have no tools to help the affiliates. Like, why should I put in 150% effort in marketing your product when you haven't even done that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, you know, just, you know, looking at all those different parameters and making sure that you're working with the right companies that's going to treat the affiliates well and help them make money.
Yeah, Mike, what's a mistake you made that if you had the opportunity to take it back, you would in business?
A mistake. I think I mentioned it a little earlier today, but spending too much too fast, right? In this industry, you know, there's a lot of people that sell well. They make great marketing funnels, and you know, they got great marketing messages, and they can get you to pay what you thought was $25. You end up spending $3,000 once the video, you know, once the sales funnel is over. So I tell people all the time, I say, you know, take it slow. You know, get a product that's within your budget, right? Learn everything about that product, right? Implement everything in that, use and abuse that product, and then invest into the next product. Because what a lot of companies won't tell you is your budget is important, and you want to make sure that 80% of your budget is going to be going into marketing. okay? Because we can't make, because a lot of people will spend all their money on the product, and then when it's time to actually build the business, like, damn, I just spent, you know, $3K on the product. I ain't got no more money. That was more the money I had. You know what I mean? So what I like to do is, you know, I have a $50 product that, you know, people will purchase, and then we do like a coaching session. And then on that coaching session, we ask those hard questions, you know, how serious are you about this? How much time are you putting into this, right? So dedicating some time. In the beginning, I didn't necessarily dedicate a window of time. I didn't say, hey, 8 hours this week, I'm working on my affiliate marketing business, right? I didn't ask myself, you know, what will my budget be? You know, what am I willing to spend on my marketing, you know, this month? You know, come up with those numbers, know what they are, so that when the time, you know, so at the end of the month, you know, when I ask you, you know, how much money did you spend on your advertising? If you said you had 1,000 in your budget, well, I had to do this, I had to do that, and I didn't get to do it. But no, you know, a month ago, you told me this was your why, this was your goals, and you did what with your marketing money? Well, that's why you're not making no money, right? And, you know, I didn't set those parameters when I first got started. You know, I just kind of, it was a free fall, you know, it was a hobby, right? Yeah. This ain't no hobby, it's a business, and it's gotta be built that way. And so if I had made any mistakes, those were definitely the mistakes I made, not taking it serious enough from day one and really understanding what it takes to start and launch a business.
Yeah. I gotta let you go, Mike. I know you gotta run. You got a lot of things to do. So I got one more for you, well, really 3 more, and only because of what you just said. Yep. So that accountability that you just spoke of for the person that says, I didn't get to it yet. When you do become that full-time entrepreneur, and that 24 hours is in the palm of your hands, and you can craft it however you want to, what's your advice to people on how to be disciplined and methodical and strategic with those, well, I'm gonna say 12 waking hours that you have to do, being accountable to your why? How do you be disciplined with that time and execute, in your opinion?
For me, my biggest fear is going back to where I was. And I think about that every morning. I'm like, listen, you're only a mistake away from that happening. That's what I tell myself. You're a mistake away from this happening. If I don't get up and do what I need to do every single morning, I could prolong my process by 6, 7, a year. You know what I mean? Who knows what could have accomplished if I got up the time I needed to get up every single day to get things done. So you got to hold yourself. I mean, discipline. Discipline is a practice. You know, you got to get comfortable with getting up every morning. You know, whatever that time might be. Mine's is 6. You got to be just 6 o'clock. Get up. Those are the quiet hours. Get up. Do what you get up. Get it done. Open up your campaigns. Look at them. See what happened overnight. What do you need to change? What campaign got disapproved? How are we going to fix it? Right? I am terrified of going back to where I was. You know, 3 kids, mother-in-law, wife. We were living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm not going back to that. I ain't going. These ain't babies no more, right? They ain't babies no more. We need the space. You know, we need what we need. You know, to make sure that they are, you know, growing up in a dynamic household. So, what are you afraid of? Remind yourself every day of what you're afraid of, and you go out there and you do what you need to do every single day, and be consistent. If 6 to 8 is your time frame, 6 to 8 is your time frame, and you need to nail it every single day. If you know you need to get up at 6, get your butt to bed by 11, right? Hey, if you got to pull an all-nighter, do what you got to do, but you got to get it done, because you ain't going back the way things used to be. And if you haven't, you know, hit your goal yet, you got to keep reminding yourself, this is going to be your life if you don't get your ish together, right? This will be your life for the next 10, 15 years if you don't get it together. It's a mind game, man. We got to constantly reprogram this up here. We're so accustomed to somebody else telling us what to do. Right? Nobody's telling you what to do now. I tell my students, listen, you purchase your product, I'm not telling you what to do. That's the course. This is the time for your session. You got to do, I'm not going to call you at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to message you every day. Right? This is about you getting up and doing what you need to do. You got a question, you need to ask it. Right? Being disciplined. You got to rewire yourself to be disciplined in a way that that suits you best. Okay. You know, and other than that, I mean, your life will be good, man. You'll create the time you need, the time freedom you need. Yeah, you can go travel, do what you need to do. But you know, one thing that helped me, I joined a group. I paid $40 a month, and at 8:15 every morning, we do a conference, and it's about 30 people every morning, and we're talking about goals. We're talking about, you know, what we got to do today. We're getting a little bit of mindset training. We're getting some sales training. Every day is something a little different, but I consistently get up for that call, right? And by the time I get off that call, I'm like, yo, I gotta handle my business, right? I got 4 things I need to do today. I got to get them done, because it's just like, yo, I see everybody else with progress. So, you know, you got to tap into those things. Masterminding is everything. I mentioned it a few times in this interview. Masterminding is everything. You need that little bit of oomph. And now I got my wife. We both got our own online businesses. So, you know, we get each other going. You know what I mean? So we each other's coaches and cheerleaders and stuff like that. So I'm lucky in that way. But if that ain't what you got to start reprogramming this thing up here and get disciplined every day. Get up, do what you need to do, and do it early. The best early is the best.
Right.
Because I tell people, I'm like, yo, if you get up and you work out from 5 to 6, that's the hardest thing you're gonna do all day. Everything else, easy. What? I just did 45 minutes of up, downs, and burpees and all this. The rest of my day, cake. Cake, right? You gotta set it up, do the hardest thing first and say, yo, you know what? My rest of my day is gonna be blessed, successful. I mean, you just gotta constantly, every day, you gotta pump yourself up at work. You know, it's a mental thing, because you just, you know, the job is easy. Yeah, I gotta be working 9. Gotta be at my desk.
Yeah.
You know, gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? We know what that is. Entrepreneurship is about energy. You gotta bring that energy every single day. Energy, because it's just you, right? It's just you. Nobody's gonna care if you fail, right? Nobody's gonna care if you don't do the work. Nobody's gonna care. So you got to care the most, and you just got to get up and get it done. I could talk about that topic all day, man, but I'm going to end it right there. Energy is everything.
We'll get you back on, Mike. I think now is a good time to introduce to the fire round. So these are 2 questions that we ask every guest. And I made sure you didn't know about it. I made sure you were unprepared for it. So you ready?
Nice.
So if you had to leave where you are now, and you had to go off onto an island, and it's just you, what's the one book that you're taking with you?
Ooh, the one book I'm taking with me?
Only take one. Can't take an extra one, put it in your back pocket. Gotta take one.
You know what? Dang, I got so many books. What would I take? That one's good. That one's good too. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to go with Tim Ferriss.
Which
the
one?
4-Hour Work Week.
Okay.
That was probably the first book I read in 2008 about online marketing, and I just love the fact that he was corporate America. He shut down everything. He created this digital business, and he just went off in the sunset. So that book just inspired me, like, yo, it made me get it. I was like, yo, I get this. This makes sense. I can do my business from anywhere in the world. All I need is my laptop. And that book right there inspired me to really stay on this journey. Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Work Week.
Now, okay, good. So you're on that island, but now it's time to come back, right? But you lost everything. So now what do you do to get back to where you are today? So even the 2-bedroom is gone, even the group home is gone, the affiliate marketing business is gone. What do you do to get back to where you are today? What's that look like?
Awesome. You know what? Very simple. Very simple. If I didn't have the money right now to build, I would still do affiliate marketing. I would get into the networks, ClickBank, JV Zoom. I'll get my free accounts with those networks, and I'll just do YouTube videos every day, all day. I would learn keyword research like the back of my hand, and I would do free YouTube videos selling the affiliate marketing products. Because why would I do that? Because every big launch that happens, okay, all these huge marketers with these huge lists, they start emailing their list, okay? And the people that read those emails and see those products, they run over to YouTube and they start looking for review videos. They start looking for testimonies. They start looking for all this stuff. So I'll create a video that's a review for that particular product. I'll make sure that that video has the right keywords and that they know how to get the information from me by clicking the link in the description. That's going to help me build my email list for free. And it's going to help me potentially make sales from those free ClickBank products. So now I can start funding my business. Now that will be a grind because you got to do maybe 2 to 3 videos a day. I ain't got nothing but time, baby. 2 to 3 videos a day. That's what I'll do every single day, and I review as many products as possible. See, here's the magic. Now imagine you got 30, 40 videos out there, right? Imagine those 34 videos are promoting maybe, I don't know, 10 to 12 different products, right? You only got to make a sale or 2 a day from each video, right? Make yourself a 5-figure income for a month, just like that. Right? It's going to take a grind. If you can stick at it for 90 plus days, just do it 2 to 3 videos a day.
Good.
After at least 3 months, you even before that, but I always tell people at least give it 3 months and you'll start seeing some residual sales just popping up. You're like, oh, where that sale came from? YouTube.
Right.
YouTube, you know, it's powerful.
That's good. Mike, how can we get in touch with you? I want to learn how to be, an affiliate marketer. I want to build my empire. I want my mentorship. I want to get that mindset that you have. I want to move my mother-in-law in my house.
I love it. I will go to myinvisibleaffiliate.com. That's how you can find the product. I don't know if this is the right way, but that's the brand right there, myinvisibleaffiliate.com. If you want to learn a little bit more about me personally, you can go to MikeWilliamsPro.com. That's MikeWilliamsPro.com. That's my blog. You can get access to pretty much everything on my social profiles, videos, and stuff like that. Or you can just Google Mike Williams Pro, and then all my stuff will just pop up in Google.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you're doing well during this time. We appreciate you sharing with us, spending this time. Real Entrepreneurs TV, everybody. Mike Williams. See y'all later.
All right.